I've lost count of how many young women I've met who've told me that they don't feel like they're enough. I'm not pretty enough. I'm not pure enough. I'm not sexy enough. I'm not this or that enough. And when they begin to believe this, then what happens next is they begin to believe that, well, then nobody would want me. I'm unwanted, I'm unloved, I'm undesirable. And when she begins to believe these lies in the depths of her heart, she may begin to change her lifestyle a little bit to accommodate what she feels are deficiencies within her. It might begin with a bit of immodesty, maybe in the way she dresses or dances or speaks. And after she does that, the standards start to get a little bit lower, and then she starts to settle. Well, I guess this is just the way that life has to be, but then soon comes disappointment, where she knows that this is not what she longs for. But if she continues down this path, the next stage is what I would consider justification. In her heart, she's got to come up with reasons for why she's living like this. And you start looking at people who are worse than you are. I remember meeting one girl who told me, yeah, I've slept with 22 guys, but it's not as bad as my friend. She slept with 67. So it's almost as if no matter how far we fall, we still can find other people that are worse than us to make us feel good about ourselves. And we begin these justifications. Well, it's not like I'm doing this. It's not that bad, but it's really not that good either. And we get so busy focusing on what we're not doing that we don't realize what we are doing. And you hear girls say, well, what's the big deal with just a hookup or just making out with a guy? Why is that a big deal? Well, isn't there something in the depths of your heart that wants it to be a big deal? So much a bigger deal than it is in the world today, where kisses mean almost less than handshakes. But if we begin to justify, what comes next is almost resignation of just giving up on the whole situation, and then followed by despair. In fact, a young woman sent me an email in which she described her feeling after ending a dead-end relationship. She said, I feel like the gross stuff in the road after the snow is kind of melted and cars have been driving on it for a while. After enough of this, you begin to fall to the last place, which I think is complete numbness. If I get a first-degree burn, the skin is red and irritated. A second-degree burn, you have blisters. A third-degree burn is so bad, the skin is black and charred, the nerve endings are dead. If I were to stick a pin in there, you wouldn't be able to feel it because the nerves are dead. And this is what's happened in the hearts of, I think, so many young women, where they've come to the point where they say, oh, look, it's not a big deal. I could sleep with a guy. I can have a hookup. It's a little casual sex. I don't get all emotionally attached. I'm sexually liberated. But what that is a deadness, where there might be no boundaries around that girl's body, but I promise you there is a mile-high wall around that girl's heart. She's afraid of vulnerability, and so she offers to men that which they are least likely to reject, her body. And it's almost as if she hides behind her body, because if she didn't offer that, would they even love her at all? And so you see then at the core of a hookup isn't just temptation, it's fear, where a girl is afraid to expect more from a man because maybe she'll end up lonely because there's not that many good guys. But the man's afraid too. He's afraid of committing, afraid of giving himself and forgetting about himself. And these fears collide in casual sex, where we become slaves to our own weaknesses, and we don't find the love that we long for. The girl may think it's a prelude to a relationship, but in the end, it's really just a pacifier. And this isn't just a temporary indiscretion or just a poor judgment or giving into temptation. We're talking about missing the entire point of the meaning of life, which is to love as God loves. And you might feel you're far away from that, but realize when a man truly loves you, then the closer you get to him, the more you'll become yourself. When it's not real love, the closer you get to him, it's almost like, I don't even know who I am anymore. This isn't me. This isn't who I want to be. And you may feel that you're so far away from the love that you yearn for, but realize how this whole chain of events began with fear. And so the whole thing can be reversed by listening to the words of Christ, who said, be not afraid. And with him, all things are possible. I hope you can take these things to heart, and that'll help you to be able to find your soulmate without losing your soul. God bless you.